Rembrandt raps, nigga.
Natural beat killers.
Yeah. We're here. We're here. We are here. We are live. You know what this is. This is off the cuff. You know. Once again, presents the Ali Oxen Free Show. The Ali Oxen Free Show. Thanks again. This is sponsored by the good people at Rembrandt Raps, the good people at Nativa Balloon Life. Thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in. I won't take up much of your time because time is everything. Of course, we all know this. Man, I want to know what y'all think about this. If you on Instagram and you see, oh boy, Jesus Christ, I did it the wrong way. I want to know what y'all think about this. If y'all are on Instagram and you see certain shorties, you know what I mean, the Instagram models, I guess they're called. There's plenty of them to go around. I mean, I find myself unfollowing them. You know what I mean? After a while, it's too much. You know what I mean? It's too much. I never thought I would get to a point as a heterosexual male that I'm tired of seeing ass and titties. Like, Jesus Christ. This shit can desensitize you. Alright? That's why they marketed all these goddamn fucking dick pills to dudes, because motherfuckers is going, the amount of pussy that you, and ass and titties that you see. I'm mad vulgar right now, but just to get the conversation from A to B, the amount of ass and titties and stuff like that is out there is ridiculous. And it's all over there, and it's like you unfollow one and another one pops up. It's like, oh man, I don't know, but there's one in particular that I just ran into. I wasn't searching for it and none of that. It just came up type thing, and let me know what you think about this one. This one here. Can I call you Rose? Can I call you? Now, if you look, it says, I have Down syndrome, so you can go ahead and fall for me. And you look at the young lady's face, and it does have a little pinch of corky in there, a little dab of doofus in there. You know what I mean? I mean, right at that particular freezed frame, she looked like a cute young girl, but the eyes look a little bit like she might run off during a field trip. You know what I mean? But I'm like, why am I seeing this? This person is, presenting themselves to be some vixen or whatever, and at the same time, confessing, showcasing the fact that she might be a little, special needs side of the game. And there are going to be a lot of guys that's going to really, get intrigued by that fact. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, as a heterosexual guy. If I was single, I don't know if I could, I don't know. Was that like taking advantage? I don't know how that works. If it's that complicated, I don't want to deal with it. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with it. It's like, is it only okay for another, downside of the game to get what, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to make light. I'm not trying to, I just thought that was interesting. But then I see this here. You know what I mean? And this really caught my eye, because when you read the comments on Homegirl, they say, "Oh, that's such and such." Like, what? Oh, this is such and such. This is not a real video. What are you talking? What? Check this out. Look at this. You see that? That's that fraganagle bullshit. That's that fraganagle bullshit. I'm bringing back fraganagle bullshit. That's a shorty name. What's her name? Damizza Sankofa. 1.6 million followers. The real person, that is. 1.6 million followers. You didn't think that somebody's going to catch on to the fact that you doing face swapping technologies type shit, and for the simple fact that you doing it using the face of like somebody that might have Down syndrome. You don't think that's kind of nefarious, man? Like, it feels weird, that's and then you go further down the IG rabbit hole, and you just see like all types of like AI women, you know what I mean? And you read the comments and you see dudes just simping like it ain't nothing. And I be in there just reading the comments like, I can't believe you think that this is a real person. Like, no way. I immediately hit him up like, this is AI, bro. Stop it. If you're going simp to a real person. No artificial intelligent simping over here. Not on my watch. That's some bull. Not on my watch. I'm not having that. Nah.
Brand raps, nigga.
That's right. Absolutely. I'm pressing stuff there. Oh boy. Anyway. Can I minimize? Okay. So, anywho, moving right along. Right here. This is for all the fellow artists like myself, who decided to, take their hand at monetizing their talent, so to speak, or getting their music out, or whatever, their artwork, whatever that is. And you're doing it from the standpoint of an individual who has a day job, so to speak, a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? There's a lot of artists out there who are, in fact, have a day job. I know actors that been on TV shows and all that stuff. You know what I mean? They've probably been in movies. They got day jobs. You know what I mean? Like, the creative space is not the easiest nut, so to speak, nut to crack, so to speak, in terms of being able to make a living, especially for actors. They say a very small % of actors are really able to make a living off of their passion and their pursuit of the acting world. And I would imagine that goes for artists too, whether visual or audio artists and musicians and so to speak. Check this out right quick.
I don't know how creative I could be when my stomach is growling. You know what I'm saying? Well, my bills is coming or my phone get cut off. How am I supposed to market myself? You know, like this common sense is normal, right? But somehow the music industry, the popularity aspect of it made us feel like artists got to be too cool to pay their bills, too cool to work. You seem corny all of a sudden if you working, or you seem like you ain't make it because you got a job, which is insane to me. Because music is
Yeah,
the job within itself. And if you have no money to invest in your music, it's going to take that much longer for you to make it. I feel like all
right.
the dreams that were sold to us early in the game, I think it's pretty clear now that it was all a lie. That you got to be 16 years old to get a deal and to make it, and 40 is too old, and everything that was sold is a lie. And I think it's clear now. So I would advise an artist that's working, do your thing. Go to work, get your bread, make sure your regular life is sustained, and then on your time that you have free, you're going to be extra creative. You're going to be extra creative. You could take the money from your job and build you a home studio, and now you're not paying for studio time. So now you could create when you.
So I had a few takeaways from that. The sentiment, I understand the sentiment because that's exactly what I am doing. I work a quote unquote 9 to 5. Yeah, wow, literal 9 to 5. I do work 9 to 5. Anyway, and I am an artist still. I've been an artist since, oh man, a long time. I'll just say that much. And as of late, it's just something that's in me. I can't explain it. I just love music. Period. I love music. I love listening to. I listen to music every single day, and more and more, I have a desire to create my own music, and I enjoy it. You know what I mean? And the goal, as now, is of course to monetize. Figure out clever ways in which you can monetize your talent, because why not? If you want to share it with the world, and there's people out there that's willing to support you, why not seek them out? And you know, it's a greater even exchange. You know, you sending joy and good energy and entertainment, and you're being compensated by those who feel that same frequency that you're on. One of the things that he said was that we've been lied to, and I don't think anybody has been lied to in terms of being able to have a job and and still do your music or whatever. I think it's more so that things changed. The industry changed. It's not like before. It's superstars that we used to know, rap stars, megastars, superstars. I think that's going to be, at least for now, it's going to be a thing of the past. Like, you're not going to really see like superstars like that anymore. At least I don't think so. Being that the record industry is different, the whole you're not selling hard copies anymore. It's a streaming thing, and a lot of people are waking up to that fact and starting independent labels and putting their own stuff out, and the amount of people that's needed to run record labels is getting smaller and smaller. It's not even in the best interest of the record industry, meaning the labels, to have superstars like that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I heard Damizza say, there will never be another Drake. You know what I mean? You to have somebody that large in the music industry is to give them leverage in an industry that seems like it's dying almost. It's going to go from, instead of having think of it like beer companies. So instead of having like Anheuser-Busch and this one and that one, now you got little micro breweries that are all creating their own flavors of beer, and they're serving it to their niche groups. I think it's going to be an insurgence of labels and artists, just putting out their own thing, promoting their own thing, because it's becoming more accessible to do so. You can do things from your own studio now. And it's not that we were lied to. It's just that back in the days, that wasn't really how you would do things. You know, most artists didn't have a job because you had to be all over the place and travel here and travel there, go to a convention here, Jack the Rapper or something like that, or go to this performance or try pop up at this studio and go over here and, you know, be willing to travel, be willing to, you know, be places where you really can if you have a day job like that. And, you know, when you did get signed, if you were lucky to, you had a team of people that was going to push your music, that was going to promote your music. Now most people do that themselves. And to do that to yourself, you have to have a source of income. You know, not everybody's going to bump into the local drug dealer or the local street cat or whoever that has a little paper. I remember back in the 90s when me and my people was getting on, we was dealing with some cats that was managing us, and in hindsight looking back, I didn't know their business, but you know, they didn't look like regular 9-to-5 dudes. These guys look like they had a little paper from however they was getting it back then. But I digress. You know, I respect the sentiment of what Homeboy is saying. I just don't think that we were lied to. I think times changed. And to do things the old way is not, you know, nobody's putting together a demo and saying, please listen to my demo. People are just making their music and just putting it out there. You know what I mean? Creating their own buzz and so have it and so forth. But anyway, I was long-winded. I don't like being long-winded. I don't like being, you know. Anyway, I'm being long-winded right now, ain't I? Anyway, I saw a video. Damizza, former radio guy, I think Powerful 106, worked with a lot of artists, from everybody from Dre to Mariah Carey and so on and so forth. I like watching interviews with him and Ray Daniels, industry guys. You get information, you know, from cats that were on the opposite side of the music industry and not as artists. You know what I mean? Because there's 1,000,001 podcasts from artists. You know what I mean? Salute to all of them, but Jesus Christ, Jesus. You niggas wasn't fucking with podcasts in 2018 when I was. Yeah, I had a podcast in 2018 called the Top 5 Dead or Alive podcast. You could probably find some of my old episodes on YouTube right now on my page. I'm a little passionate right now. Relax. All right. Anyway. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know what you're thinking. Every now and then I'm going to break out into song. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. This is how I express myself. You know, I'm just weird like that, man. You know. But once again, where I'm at, oh yeah, check this out. Now, this video, when I watched it, it kind of almost like made a brother teary-eyed, because what he was saying about his father is what I try to live personally in my life. You'll see what I'm saying. You'll see what I mean. Check this out right quick. When it loads up.
Look, if you were always nice to me, then I'm always nice to you. The one thing that I learned from my dad, which I learned a lot from my dad, but mostly craziness. But the one thing about my dad is every day you would start from scratch with him. You could have the biggest blowout the night before. You could shoot each other. But the next morning, it would be a reset. And you would have a new chance at the relationship that day. And how you interacted would decide how he interacted with you.
I like that.
If you came in that morning and went, do you remember what you did last night? Then he would pick up right where he did last night. But if you walked in and said good morning, he'd say, hey, want some pancakes? And start on a whole new day. So every time that I see somebody, I start from scratch and pick up right where we left off. That's just something. If you know anybody that's ever met me, there's never a time in my life where I do not start from scratch with a hi, how are you? Because I'm hoping every day everybody gets a chance to start fresh.
Got you.
And I don't hold grudges.
Okay.
I may talk a little shit, but I don't hold grudges.
I don't hold grudges with anybody. And I know plenty of people who are the complete opposite. They will hold grudges to the death. I think that is so, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word. It's in the back of my head. I think it's detrimental. That's what the word. That's the word I was looking for. Detrimental. I think it is detrimental to your health to hold grudges, pain, irritability. I knew a girl, this young lady I was seeing many years ago, Trinidadian chick, and I remember. Let me get out of here. I remember noticing every time that I would link up with her, she would always have some story about something that somebody did to her. I was driving and this person came and they crossed me and they did this and ting. I was hearing this girl, she gonna do this and do that and ding and ting. Like it was always something that somebody did that. I think that's stupid. It's always something that somebody did that pissed her off. It's like, do you have good days? Do you have days when, you know what I mean? Like, there's people out there that'll hold grudges to their death and not knowing that shit'll eat you up like a toxin. I try to be the opposite as much as I can. And when I saw that, it made me tear up a little bit. I didn't tear up. I'm lying. I didn't tear up, but it kind of made me feel like, yeah, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to be in life. I'm not a pushover. Not a punk. Not running from wrongdoings that I might have done. But just somebody that knows we don't have a lot of time here. Wherever this is, we don't have a lot of time here. Not relatively. 90 years is not a long time. In the grand scheme of things, 90 years is not a long time. MC Search asked his father, who I guess was in his 80s or something like that. His wife had passed. MC Search's mother passed, I think. You know, I think his father was missing his mother, and they was talking. And he said something to his father like, how fast did it go? Like life. It's like in the blink of an eye. It goes by faster than you know. Faster than you think. Think about this. From the age to 10 to the age to 20, it seemed like forever. From the age to 20 to the age of 30, it's like kind of long, but it's like, wow, it's kind of 30 to 40. I barely remember. I remember key elements. I had a lot of life lessons in the 30 range, but definitely when I hit 40 to now, like that, 60 to 70, it's going to feel even faster. If you're lucky to get to 70, if you're lucky. Most people don't make it to 5. Most people don't make it to 10. Most people don't make it to 20, 30. My mom died at 34. 34-year-old to me today is a baby. It's a baby. She didn't even get to see the year 2000. She didn't get to see the internet, none of this. And although, yeah, life is crazy, we got AI, we got Trump staging stuff, allegedly, possibly. We got, what they call that, the Epstein files, about pedophilia, and nobody's going to jail. And now we're being distracted by assassination attempts and aliens and missing scientists, and we had COVID-19. Yo, why y'all playing like this shit is promised? This shit ain't promised. Are you crazy? It's nuts out here. The world is on fire. You better enjoy it as much as you can. Whatever you can enjoy, you better enjoy it. Whatever you got going on that you really want to do, you better do it. You better do it. Do not wait for the right time, because there is no right time. You know what the right time is? Now. Right time is only now. I don't give a fuck if you ain't got no bread, your circumstances is fucked up, whatever it is. You better try to do at least one little thing to get you to the next level, to where you trying to go, because it ain't promised, man. It ain't promised. So I tried my best to wake up every morning with a fresh slate. If you come at me and say good morning, I'm going to say, hey, you want some pancakes? If you come at me and say, remember last night? Yes, I remember last night. I don't want to, but I remember last night. Let's enjoy right now.
Brand raps nigga.
Not your beat killers.
Be on the lookout for the 2-for-1 coming soon. 2-for-1, that's Home and Time. 2 projects that I'm putting out for one. I'm currently working on it. I'm trying to speed it up, but you got to keep in mind, please forgive me for me pump faking when it comes to my projects, but it's a small operation and I'm working on it diligently when I get the free time to do so. It's 2:19 in the morning right now and I'm doing this, you know what I mean? Because this is the time that I got to do it, and I literally had to force myself to do this, you know what I mean? Like I literally had to force myself to get on the mic, to rap, you know what I mean? Not to really make beats, but to rap and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I remember hearing about Richard Pryor from John Witherspoon. John Witherspoon said every time Richard Pryor would come to the Comedy Store in LA, he would come and Witherspoon would be the MC. And he would just come in and he'd be like, hey, Spoon, what's up? And he'd be like, hey, Rich, what's going on? You good? And he'd be like, yeah, I'm just coming to see and watch some acts or whatever. Like, okay, cool. And you'll come back a couple of minutes later and be like, yo, you want anything to drink, Rich? He'd be like, nah, I'm good. You know, he'd be like, yo, you want to go up? You do a couple of minutes? Rich would be like, nah, I'm good. I'm not going to, A couple of minutes later, Rich will come up to Spoon and say, you think I could do a couple of minutes up there? And be like, yeah, sure. Rich go up there and do it like an hour or whatever time, long time. But the point is that even at his level, he needed a little coaxing to get on stage to do something that he's amazing at. And though I'm not comparing myself to Richard Pryor, I'm just saying I'm dope at what the fuck I do.